Welcome back. Shares of the Mag 7 tech stock still plummeting today as the release of a new Chinese AI agent called Manus adds to fear of increased competition from China. For today's Tech Check, Deirdre Bosa on the new tool that's being called China's second DeepSeek moment.
High praise if it is.
Yes.
So Oppenheimer even writes this morning, the Manus announcement not helping our AI names, which continue to struggle. You can see the Nasdaq still down 3% this morning. Now, Manus was released last week by a Chinese company billed as a general AI agent that turns your thoughts into actions, basically promising to outperform OpenAI's deep research and have broader, more general capabilities. In demos like the one we're showing you right here, you see Manus visualizing stock analysis and then turning it into a website. Another example, searched through Japanese travel websites and produced a 7-day itinerary tailored for cherry blossom season. What followed on the web was a lot of hype. China's next DeepSeek moment, as Leslie pointed out, that's what it was called by many. The AI agent we were promised is another one I heard. Jack Dorsey simply posting on his X account, excellent. And so Manus, if it lives up to the hype, it could provide more reason for investors to buy the China AI story and leave the U.S. one amid threat of a recession, just as DeepSeek introduced the AI trade and hurt ours, showing that AI can be done on the cheap. Manus may underpin that momentum. And as we pointed out before, the China and U.S. AI trades, they're going in complete opposite directions this year. Skepticism, though, around Manus is creeping in. The flashy debut that included slick demos, influencer-driven buzz, and invitation-only access, it raises more questions than answers. DeepSeek, by contrast, let its technology speak for itself. It was widely accessible almost immediately, and it was open source, giving developers the ability to look behind the curtain and confirm its credibility. Users on X said that they encountered error messages and endless loops while testing Manus. It's also unclear how it was developed and whether it uses its own AI model. I've requested an invite code, so guys, I'll report back if and when I'm able to try it for myself and how it compares. For now, though, in focus, tariffs, huge ramps in CapEx, Apple's Siri delays, recession fears, that's taking center stage. But China is making progress in the background, and this is as ugly a mix as you can see here as the AI trade continues to unwind.
China recently responded to Nvidia's scathing warnings and comments about its progress with a new AI breakthrough that tanked the Nvidia stock beyond what was thought possible. Described as an AI that requires just a single user prompt to handle complex tasks, Manus, a fully autonomous AI agent from the Chinese startup Monica, has quickly become a hot topic in AI circles. Unlike anything we've seen yet, Manus is generating conversations about its groundbreaking abilities, bringing prominent figures and companies to the forefront, including comparisons to previous AI milestones like DeepSeek. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
While other AI stops at generating ideas, Manus delivers results. We see it as the next paradigm of human-machine collaboration, and potentially a glimpse into AGI.
That was co-founder and chief scientist of Manus AI, which has gone viral on social media on claims that it has launched the world's first so-called general AI agent. Let's get a little bit more about what some are calling China's next DeepSeek moment with our tech reporter, Annabelle Jewellers. Annabelle, tell us, who is behind Manus? Why is it causing such a stir?
Yeah, well, maybe we can start with why it's causing such a stir, because it was only released just a couple of days ago at the end of last week, and the access right now is really limited. So it's still in its beta phase, and so you can access it only by invitation. There's a Discord channel that you can follow as well. But what we know so far is that Manus works like a general AI agent. So it's important to make the distinction here between what Manus can do and a sort of everyday chatbot, because a chatbot like ChatGPT, for instance, is human-led. You put in the text prompts and then it gives you the answers. Mm-hmm. This is about taking it to a different level where essentially you have what's called agentic AI, and which was seen as one of the big trends in AI for 2025. But agentic AI is when the AI tool can act autonomously and it's able to make decisions based on the information that's available to it. So Manus on the website lays out a lot of different use cases for this, like analyzing financial statements, screening job applicants, even deciding or proposing where you should live based on your certain requirements in terms of how much you can spend, the kinds of facilities that you're looking for here. It's basically, it seems quite limitless at this point in time, and that is also why, again, it's causing such a hype online. as well as really where it's coming from. And we understand that it's made by a group of researchers in China. And so it again points to that really stiff competition between the US and China, who can be in the lead on AI, especially when Manus is saying it can outperform OpenAI's own advanced AI agent deep research.
Such a deep bench in China is one of the aspects, I think. What do we know right now about the limitations?
Well, the limitations, I think, generally go back to the access, because, as I said, it's in the beta phase. Yeah. So right now you can only access it by invitation. So you can submit a request on Manus and give a reason for it. So I've tried as a Bloomberg journalist to get access to it. But we do have a Discord channel as well, and they're putting out some invitation codes on that. It's jumped to around 150,000 followers. So again, the emphasis on that. But there's a lot of different glitches that people are pointing out online, things like Manus crashing, giving incorrect information. But as I said, it's still in that beta phase. It's not fully open to the public just yet. We still need to get more details. How exactly has this technology been developed?
Delving into the heart of Manus, the expectations are high. Described as a tool that can accomplish anything from sorting resumes to building interactive websites, Manus is no ordinary chatbot. Built by the innovative Chinese startup Monica, part of the Butterfly Effect entity, its capabilities have been on full display. Yichao Peak Ji, the co-founder of Manus, showcased the tool's aptitude for taking on tasks traditionally requiring human intervention, standing as a testament to its high-level autonomy. But before going on with the video, are you into cryptocurrency? If so, check out our second channel, Investocracy Crypto. We bring you breaking news, expert analysis, and the latest trends in the fast-moving world of digital assets. Whether you're a seasoned crypto investor or just curious about the future of finance, we've got something for you. Click the link in the description to subscribe to Investocracy Crypto now. Don't miss out and stay ahead of the game. Now, let's get back to the video.
Chinese tech giant Alibaba launching an advanced reasoning AI model overnight, part of a series of advances post-DeepSeek that have sent Chinese tech stocks soaring this year. Our Deirdre Bosa has more in today's Tech Check. We didn't even mention JD's sales growth in the quarter, D.
That's right, Carl. And it's really against this backdrop of it seems like nothing's working for the AI trade here, but everything is working for it over in China. You mentioned the KWEB China ETF. That's up again today, but it continues to massively outperform the Magnificent Seven year to date and the NASDAQ. Alibaba shares, they have simply exploded. They're up 65% in that time. And for all the weakness in American chip stocks, China's largest semi company, SMIC, has risen nearly 80% in Hong Kong this year. Now, the bull run really began with DeepSeek's breakthrough, of course. From there, it was model breakthrough after model breakthrough from other major players like Alibaba, Tencent, ByteDance. Overnight, another under-the-radar name, Manus, released a fully autonomous AI agent it claims surpasses OpenAI's deep research. And then, of course, there was another boost this week from the Chinese government's annual meeting, the CCP saying that it would support the AI industry's development. And that was enough to offset pressure from trade tensions. Now, taken together, China's AI surge, our own AI unwinding, it tells us that the AI trade has found a new home. China has caught up and may even be pulling ahead. And that itself has introduced a concept just recently that could divide the AI community here. In a policy paper published just yesterday, a trio of AI heavyweights argued against pushing for AGI, artificial general intelligence, seen as sort of the holy grail of AI. It was former Google CEO Eric Schmidt, Scale AI CEO Alexander Wang, and Center for AI Safety Director Dan Hendricks. They introduced the idea of mutually assured destruction for AI to contain China's huge recent progress. Just as no country wants a monopoly on nuclear weapons because that might risk a preemptive strike, the authors argue the U.S. should think twice before racing to dominate ultra-powerful AI. That's AGI. This is an idea, guys, that will no doubt see pushback from the likes of Sam Altman and Masayoshi Son of SoftBank. They have embarked on Project Stargate with just that mission of building AGI for, they say, the benefit of all humanity. But certainly there are those that are watching very closely China's progress. They're going to argue it's not going to be that simple. And suddenly as well, guys, it seems like the AI safety question and conversation is back after falling to the backdrop for a while. And this is all because of this new narrative coming out of China.
It is safe to also say how Manus poses a very real risk to Nvidia and its stock going further. We have already seen the initial shock tank the Nvidia stock to levels it hasn't reached in a long while. If China keeps innovating on the AI front as well, Nvidia may not be the only stock that will tank at the market, but it's sure as hell going to be the center of all the chaos and volatility. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
So yeah, first of all, the AI race and the AI war between US and China, I think, is one of the most important issues of today. We took out a full-page ad on the Washington Post on Tuesday saying that, America must win the AI war. And so this sort of relative race in AI between the US and China is critical. Today, we released Humanity's Last Exam, which is a new evaluation or benchmark of AI models that we produced by getting, math, physics, biology, chemistry professors to provide the hardest questions they could possibly imagine that are relevant to their recent research to really put the test to the models. To give you a sense, no model is getting above 10% on this test. That being said, what we found is that DeepSeek, which is the leading Chinese AI lab, their model is actually the top performing or roughly on par with the best American models, which are O1 from
Okay, so
OpenAI.
I think we have been all under the impression that the U.S. was way ahead of China as it relates to AI, in large part because we have access to, NVIDIA GPUs and chips and other things that supposedly the Chinese do not have. I keep hearing from people all week, from Chinese AI executives, that they say, well, we're so close, and by the way, we're doing it with one hand tied behind our back. Our algos are better. We're actually going to figure out how to do this, do it better than the U.S., and in even a more energy efficient way because we don't need these super powerful chips. Are they happen to be right?
There's two things happening. First, it is true. It has been true for a long time that the United States has been ahead. And that's been true for, maybe the past decade. That being said, the very recent event on Christmas Day, about a month ago, DeepSeek released a model. Which, by the way, I think is symbolic that the Chinese lab releases, an earth-shattering model on Christmas Day when, the rest of us are sort of celebrating the holiday. And they released it to much fanfare, and then they followed up with their reasoning model, DeepSeek R1, which is the one that we evaluated as top of the leaderboard. The reality is yes and no. So, the Chinese labs, they have more H100s than people think.
And these are the highest powered NVIDIA chips that they were not supposed to have.
Yes. My understanding is that DeepSeek has about 50,000 H100s, which they can't talk about, obviously, because it is against the export controls that the United States has put in place. And I think it is true that, I think they have more chips than other people expect, but also on a go-forward basis, they are going to be limited by the chip controls and the export controls that we have in place.
If its initial performance forecasts hold, Manus might not just redefine AI capabilities, but also reshape how we interact with such technology across industries. For investors, particularly those keeping a keen eye on tech stocks, Manus presents a crossroad of ideas. One road leads to cheap tech stocks for everyone to stake their claim and buy before they eventually soar once again, while the other road shows a future where the market does not recover as easily. It is up to you to decide which feels more appropriate for the time being. And don't forget to share your thoughts down below. Finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.